Atlantic City Mayor Marty Small discusses everything from racial injustice, the outlook for summer 2021, a residential tax cut, economic development, and much more. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time to understand the past.
Choose to soar to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, offering primary, specialty, and urgent care, plus surgery and more. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.
Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. I'm happy to have as my guest this evening, Mayor Marty Small from Atlantic City. Mayor, welcome to Latino Motion.
Yes, thanks. Thanks, Bert, for having me. Thank you to your viewing audience. And it's a great day here in the city of Atlantic City.
Yes, it is. And as we're taping this show, there's a lot of things happening today. And I'm going to date this show, although the director doesn't like me to do that. But today, April the 20th, first, there was a press conference earlier this morning that from your office. And now we just heard the verdict has been handed down on the murder of George Floyd. And I want to get your reaction to this. I know that racial injustice and diversity has been on the top of your agenda. What are your feelings regarding what just happened today?
Oh, well, listen, justice was served. Anyone that's committing heinous crimes like that, a police officer who painted many officers in a bad light, that led nationwide, worldwide protests over this. It destroyed many communities with riot and looting. And today, he had his day in court and justice was served. He was convicted by a jury of his peers on all three counts. And, he'll be punished to the fullest extent of the law. He was immediately taken in custody, had his bail revoked, and hopefully as a country, we can move on.
And I know all over the country, there are conversations ongoing about racial injustice and diversity. And I know that you have taken initiatives within the city to help make sure that those that work for you, including the police and fire, also represent the community. Tell me about some of those efforts.
Well, absolutely. As you say, take a person's actions in our work. We just take a look at all of our hiring, extremely diverse, from Latinos to South Asians, you name it. I challenge any administration to, talk about diversity and the people that we hired more than what we've done here in the great city of Atlantic City under my watch as mayor. When you talk about firefighter class, we hired 16 new firefighters. I think we had like 10 minorities, 11 double minorities. We had a Hispanic female, Hispanic male. The last police promotion, we did the same thing from class 2. We hired 3 Hispanic males. We've hired Bangladesh. We hired the first Pakistan firefighter in the city's history. We also hired an assistant solicitor who's an Hispanic male. So we're definitely walking the walk. We want to diversify the ranks at city halls, not only in the fire and police department, but in all city buildings as well. And we're off to a great start in that manner.
So, Mayor, I know you're going to continue that effort, and just shifting gears a little bit in terms of COVID. And I know that we all have struggled. You've been pretty busy having meetings right there from your conference room via Zoom, and not a lot of in-person activities taking place. How do you see the city coming out of COVID, particularly as we approach the summer of 2021?
And Bert, I see it's coming out stronger than ever. One thing about Atlantic City, when we unite, that's when we're at our absolute best. And the support that we receive, we've been able to feed people through initiatives that your community has brought to us, and others to feed people who are struggling. We've done that. And when you look at the economy, there's a new tax incentive bill that's coming right around the time that we're ending COVID, that's going to support the city of Atlantic City like never before. When you talk about COVID, we were the leader in the clubhouse. We demanded right away that the great city of Atlantic City had its own testing sites. And when we got the money, we put our money where our mouth was. We had 2 testing sites, one at Bader Field, which was a drive up, and one at Showboat parking lot, which was a walk up. And ironically, the walk up got more business than the drive up. But also at the same time, we fed 3,780 senior citizens 2 hot meals per week. We had a field hospital here in the great city of Atlantic City. And now we have a vaccination site, and we're leading the charge to make sure that people in our community get vaccinated. A lot of minorities haven't participated as much as we wanted to. We have a partnership with South Jersey Family Medical where we're giving vaccination shots at the soldiers' home for people from Atlantic City only. There's not enough numbers at the vaccination site. So we're putting out a clarion call to people to go to the convention center. We're having days where they can just go and do walk-ups and, get as many people vaccinated as possible, because people need to know that card, when you get vaccinated, I'm fully vaccinated. They need to know that you're going to need that to travel. You're going to need that to go to concerts, sporting events, everywhere. So as quick as we get vaccinated, the quicker we'll come. And as far as Atlantic City, listen, we've been through this before. We've been counted out. We're resilient. We're the ultimate comeback story. They counted us out in 2012 with Hurricane Sandy. 2014, casinos closed. They counted us out then. 2016, the state came in and took over. They counted us out then. And this will be no different. We'll come back stronger than ever, because as I often say, tough times don't last, tough people do.
Yeah, and Mayor, just touching base upon what you indicated in terms of the minorities getting vaccinated, that's a real issue. And I know that you mentioned some of the efforts you're working through with South Jersey families.
And let's be honest, the Johnson & Johnson situation didn't help, coming out with issues. And then, you have people saying, oh, here we go. But that was in a small sample size of the population. I mean, listen, we're going to follow the CDC guidelines, but you still have 2 other options, Moderna and Pfizer. I personally took the Moderna vaccine. And listen, the more and more people get vaccinated, the quicker that we'll recover as an economy and get back to an old sense of normalcy.
I know I was in a meeting earlier today where the president of Atlanticare indicated there are plenty of open slots for people to get vaccinated. So, what do you tell our minority community? Why is it so important that they get vaccinated?
I mean, listen, it's extremely important because you can carry it and not know it and affect a loved one, particularly the senior population of people with underlying conditions. And, as mayor of the great city of Atlantic City, ultimately I'm responsible for the health, safety, and welfare. And we definitely need to promote getting it done. A lot of minorities don't go to the doctors when they should. So by the time they discover a major health illness, sometimes it's too late. So let's get this vaccination. And as I stated, the quicker that more and more people get it, the quicker that we'll recover our economy. And today, as you stated earlier, we announced, speaking of economy, we announced a tax decrease for the good people of Atlantic City.
Yeah, we want to cover that in the next segment. But Mayor, I just want to say that right now, 16 years old or older, could get vaccinated. So that's another population now that the younger folks could get certainly vaccinated. It's important that we get that word out, that we have more people come out and get vaccinated.
Yes, they opened it up to everyone. This Monday, people became eligible, 16 and over, to get it. We want to encourage everyone, even if you have to involve a health expert. Our health expert, Dr. Washington here, a Health and Human Services Director. He works with Atlanticare. He's there at the site twice a week. And we're doing what we can here with my administration, partnering with Southern Jersey Family Medical and giving our community shots at the Soldiers Home, as well as the open slots, as you mentioned, Bert, at the vaccine site.
Well, Mayor, we're going to have to take a quick break. We want to get a little more into the summer and your announcement from earlier today. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation. Join us online at www.latinomotion.tv. Find us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. We encourage your comments and contributions for show topics.
Welcome back to Latino Motion. Again, I have the Mayor of Atlanta City, Marty Small, with us. And Mayor, you mentioned a lot of things that are happening in terms of addressing COVID. And one of the issues is economic recovery. Today, you had an important announcement that you want to discuss a little further. Please tell me about that announcement.
Yes, no problem, Bert. Today, we announced for the good people of Atlantic City a 2021 tax decrease. The tax decrease is 5.4 cents. The tax rate for the city went from 1.702 to 1.648 for a total of 5.4 cents. We delivered a budget under 200 million, $199,069,126.25. And we're extremely proud of that, particularly when we lost $80 million worth of ratables, particularly when we're in a pandemic where municipalities near and far are talking about flat tax and tax increase, and people would understand even if it was a tax increase because of the pandemic. My administration is just extremely fiscally responsible. Kudos to our budget team. We started out 23 million over budget when each department gave their wish list, and we got it down to what we were today, which is a victory for the taxpayers in Atlantic City, and I couldn't be prouder.
Mayor Small, can you tell me a little bit more about what's happening in terms of the state takeover? I understand that might be extended. Please walk us through that.
Well, Bert, I mean, listen, I'm being honest. The state takeover will be extended. It's an act of the legislature. Atlantic City has made tremendous strides. Our goal is to get as much as we can in the takeover. I don't think it will be the same bill. I'm looking to get more revenue streams like money from sports betting, which has been a hit. Parking luxury room tax that we've been talking about here forever, and additional revenue streams and support, from the state. If they're going to be here the next 4 years, they have to, bear a blunt of the responsibility as well. I don't have a problem with it this time. The state and I work extremely well together. It's a true partnership. They're not enacting misery. I'm running the city, we're making decisions. And it's just that, we need to get as much out of it as we can in this bill versus the last bill, because it is truly more of a partnership. We appreciate the support that Governor Murphy and resources, Governor Murphy and Sheila Oliver has given Atlantic City. And, we want to keep working together until, Atlantic City is the place that we can, that we know it can, will, and should be.
And we know that Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver has been a great advocate for the city, and we see her pretty active in terms of meetings in Atlanta City and being engaged on what's happening in Atlanta City. So it's great to have those kind of partnerships.
Yes.
Let's talk about the summer 2021. Obviously, COVID has impacted last summer. What do you expect to see different this summer?
Listen, I mean, I expect a major summer here in the great city of Atlantic City. When you talk about COVID last year at the onset, there were no vaccinations. We weren't sure when a vaccine was going to be available. It was social distance, 6 feet, and wear your mask. And I made a decision early on when other municipalities decided to close their beach and boardwalk. I wanted to keep eyes open. And it paid dividends because a lot of people came to Atlantic City that wouldn't normally come to Atlantic City because they couldn't go to their beach town, their favorite beach spot. The governor told everyone that COVID was serious, that, you know, the people stay at home if you have to, you know, on the onset. But in the next breath, he said, we encourage you to go exercise, ride a bike, take a jog, get out of the house. And what better place to do it on the Atlantic City Boardwalk? A lot of people appreciated that decision because mental health was at stake as well. You had a lot of people that was used to always being on the go. All of a sudden, it was in the house for months. So with us keeping the beach and boardwalk open, Atlantic City, you know, was crowded. Our hotels were sold out during the weekend. And I expect that, you know, now a lot of Americans are being vaccinated and people from other countries because we are an international tourist destination. I expect a major summer, 50% occupancy load in the casinos now versus the 25%. So what that means more jobs. People have to understand, ladies and gentlemen, it's simple mathematics. You couldn't have 100% of the jobs with 25% of the space occupied. So we're looking forward to a great summer.
Let's talk about the activities that may be planned for summer 2021. And I know that the Hispanic Association, which I proudly serve as the president of, has met with your office regarding the big Latino festival that unfortunately we were not able to have in 2020, but was very successful in 2019. And your office has given the okay to proceed, to go forward. Tell me a little more about that and also other events that might be coming this summer.
Oh, listen, make no mistake about it. We look forward to putting on special events again. The Latino Fest. I had the opportunity to attend the last one. It was a great event, and I look forward to attending this one as well. Look, we are in the event business. The pandemic has slowed us down, and we got to be guided by the health experts, but Beta Field is large enough. We look forward to the Latino Fest in any way that me and my administration could continue to support you and your organization. We will do so. You know, we're extremely excited about it. And I know a lot of people want to come out because, you know, we've all haven't done the things that we've been doing in the past. And the Latino Fest is one of our big events. It's going to be during the shoulder season, which is attractive to the industry as well. You guys bring in people from out of town, you know, they can get good rates at the hotel and, you know, see Atlantic City, you know, make a weekend out of it.
Mayor, I know that, you know, we've had the air shows, we had the beach concerts. Any chance that some of those will return in 2021?
Yes, well, all of that will be dictated, you know, by the virus. As Dr. Fauci said, the virus is the timeline. Will we be able to gather? I mean, one optimistic note, Bert, that I can say that the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, came out and said that the stands will be full this year. So you're talking 60, 70,000, 80,000 people in one area. So you would think that, you know, even if it's scaled back a little bit, that we can continue, you know, maybe the air show or the beach concerts as well. I'm sure we'll be wrapping those discussions up because I do anticipate that the governor will slowly but surely increase the limits, but that's a state call, not a city call.
Well, Mayor, we have a lot more to talk about, particularly when it comes to some partners that may be coming to Atlantic City, jobs and additional economic development. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion with the mayor of Atlantic City, Marty Small. Marty, we've had a very dynamic discussion here on a lot of topics, but certainly economic development for the city continues to be important. You continue to look for ways to diversify the economy of the city. Tell me a little bit about what you foresee coming, or it's already in the pipeline in terms of economic development.
Yes, I mean, we have to diversify our offerings here in the great city of Atlantic City. We can't depend on casino gaming alone anymore, just because of the fact that, every state, that's next to New Jersey has casino gaming. People are going to make economic decisions. When it comes down to it, I take the great city of Atlantic City over anywhere. We have the beach, the boardwalk, we have tremendous restaurants, we have world-class facilities here, but that's not going to do it alone. We're always going to be a casino town. But when you talk about new industries, when you look at the wind industry, we have Orsted and Atlantic Shore Winds here in town. And we hope to be able to provide jobs for the economy and jobs for local people. And we're working with those partners on that. When you talk about the game changer, we have the Showboat Water Park, which we should break ground next month, which is going to be a game changer here in the city of Atlantic City, because our Achilles heel is we don't cater to families enough. And I believe that based on the success of that water park, that other family fun entertainment development will be coming here to the great city of Atlantic City. Economic development, we educating the people right out of the mayor's office. We have the mayor's office Small Business Academy, which is ran by Bruce Weeks, which is called the Entrepreneur Endeavor. And that's a program. We have 60 Atlantic City residents signed up. It's a 9-week curriculum. And it'll be graduation at the end, and we'll do 4 of those programs a year. In addition, we're partnering with Keller Williams Real Estate to provide real estate opportunities in the cohort for Atlantic City residents. And pretty soon this summer, we're going to teach the whole city how to invest, financial literacy and all. We're going to put those monies to use that we got to continue to educate the community and provide entrepreneurial activities.
And I know, Mayor, that in addition to that, you've been doing a lot working with small businesses. There's a lot of small businesses in Atlantic City. Tell me a little bit more about those efforts.
Yes, through the entire pandemic, the state has made funds available. The city actually has funds available to help out small businesses, because the small businesses are going to be the foundation of our comeback. We have to reinvest in local businesses. And that's what me and my administration is doing with the support from the state of New Jersey. The Economic Development Authority is making Atlantic City a priority in a new business tax incentive. And we look forward for our people taking advantage of that.
Mayor, what do you say to those who are looking to locate in Atlantic City, either as a business or as a resident? I know that housing in Atlantic City is also an important topic.
Yes, and we're improving the housing stock. If you take a look at what's going on with Schoolhouse, Liberty, and Distant, when you take a look at what's going on with the Housing Authority, with Busby Village and Stanley Homes, we're going to take people from a public housing setting and give them homes and improve their living condition. When you talk about revitalizing Atlantic City, it's only going to happen if we keep increasing our rateable base. I'm bullish on bringing the middle class back here. We're working with AC DevCo on a project on Atlantic Avenue, to increase the rateable base and provide a better standard of housing as well, along with working with Borai and MGM on M Residence, which is a second home community over there in the Marina District by Golden Nugget. We're excited about all of that.
Mayor, there's a couple plighted areas in the city, and I know that we have issues along Atlantic Avenue. And your office has been busy working on some of those solutions. Tell me a little more about that.
Yes, listen, we have issues with homeless, we have drug issues, and we're working with Chief Sarkos, to rectify that problem. Speaking of Atlantic Avenue, the entire Atlantic Avenue will be paved. My administration has got over $8 million in funding to make that happen from Main Avenue to Albany Avenue. The entire Atlantic Avenue will be paved, and it will be a road diet. So instead of 2 lanes in each direction, it will be 1 lane in each direction with a bike lane and parking, but but it also includes streetscape and lighting, and also with a concrete median. So Atlantic Avenue is going to get a whole makeover, and we just want to continue to do the things that we said that we were going to do in our State of the City address. And, you know, unfortunately, it is silly season upon us. It is election season, and people want to stir the facts. We just want to stay focused and keep our promise to the good people of Atlantic City and continue to make it a great day here in the city of Atlantic City.
And Mayor, let's talk about public safety. Obviously, an important topic, and making sure that people feel comfortable both living in the city and also visiting the city. What are some of the efforts along public safety that you're undertaking?
Oh, listen, you know, we're holding everyone accountable. When you talk about, you know, body cameras, a lot of these incidents are caught on body cams. We upgraded to the Axon Body 3 camera, which gives us better audio, better video, and live streaming capability. So if you're on a stop, your sergeant can live stream into you and have one-on-one communications during the whole time. You talk about the tablets that we're putting in all the police cars. Too many people in Atlantic City say, oh, the cops never come down my street. You won't be able to say that, because at the end of each shift, there will be a printout, GPS, where the officer went, what areas they went and everything. And we're working on community policing. We're working on substations on the boardwalk. We had an unfortunate incident there, as well as substations in the neighborhood. And we're trying to get CRDA through the governor's office to approve cameras on Pacific, which then will bleed into Atlantic and the rest of the city as well.
We only got about a minute and a half, and you mentioned the issue that happened in the boardwalk. What assurances are you giving the vendors there on the boardwalk and visitors in terms of the safety of the Atlantic City boardwalk?
Listen, we're going to try to make the Atlantic City boardwalk and the entire city as safe as possible. Will crime and violence still happen? Yes, but we're going to be on top of it. It's unfortunate that the incident happened, and our thoughts and prayers still go out to the family. And it's also unfortunate that you had a perpetrator fabricating a story that his store was ransacked. So, but we got together as a community. As I said, we're strong when we unite, and some good things are going to come out of it. You know, kids from the community will work in some of the boardwalk stores this summer. That is going to be supported by Reverend Days and Jojen Goldie's LIT program. And listen, we look forward to the opportunity to continue to heal this community and continue to make it safe and secure for all.
And to end on a positive note, I know that the CRDA has refurnished the restrooms along the boardwalk, and it's a beautiful day here in Atlantic City, like you always say, Mayor. Beautiful time of the year to enjoy the great beaches here in the city of Atlantic City.
Yes.
Well, Mayor, that's all the time we have. I thank you so much for taking the time to join us here on Latino Motion. Always appreciate you giving us an update on what's happening in the city. Thanks again for being here.
All right, no problem. Pleasure's mine. Thank you.
All right. And that's all the time we have. Thank you for joining us at home once again here on Latino Motion.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, offering primary, specialty, and urgent care, plus surgery and more. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.